Hey everybody, it is What's Killing Chloe, and I know it's been a long time since I have narrated, but I decided that today, I'm really sorry about that. Sorry, I keep entwining my sentences together and just skipping to another subject. Sorry, my mic is moving around, but today I'm going to continue an old story. It's gonna be Lost, a bendrowned fan fiction, but on Wattpad I changed the name to Forget, so it's actually gonna be called Forget, bendrowned fan fiction. Um, I'm pretty sure that I get the right one. I wrote this. I don't even remember what it says, so I haven't looked over it. I'm just gonna read it. I know you guys probably just want me to get to the story, so no, it's, well, oops. Okay. I don't believe in, oh yeah, okay, that was the first chapter. Okay. The second chapter is called To Live is to Fall Asleep. I woke up alone in my bed, leaving myself to wonder if the man I saw last night was a dream. There's no way in hell that was all a dream. It felt so real. I could feel my heart aching like it was stabbed with a rusty dagger. I got out of bed and opened the curtains. Some light would light up the room, but when I opened them, I came to realize that it was still nighttime. And then I hear something fall off my dresser, so I walk over there and looked into the mirror, but it did not reflect me in it. No, it only reflected my door that was wide open, and the figure standing in it was no other than Jay, beckoning me to come over. His eyes were gouged out, and there was blood pouring from them. My heart began to beat quicker, and I started to breathe quicker, and he was walking closer, and he was now beginning to come out of the mirror. I tried to back up, but my feet wouldn't move. His face was next to mine. He acted as if he was going to whisper in my ear, but he began screaming instead, and I couldn't make him stop. His hands were now wrapped tightly around my neck, and I was gasping for breath. I now woke up screaming as if I was being killed. My clothes stuck to my body because of the sweat. "Lolly, it's okay, calm down," a deep voice said. It sounded so gentle. I felt him pull me into an embrace. It was cold, but still comforting. I was still panting for breath. Who are you?" I asked, trying to be calm. "I'm Ben." He hugged me tighter. "No, you're not. They all said you're a murderer, not a kind and gentle man." He let go of me and put his hand on my shoulder. "I'm kind to you. You would never understand. You are special to me. I can't harm you." "But—" I began to speak, but I was quickly interrupted by him. "You've had a long day. You should go back to sleep." The only thing I could remember was him putting his hand on my forehead, and I passed out. I woke up to the sound of banging on my front door. I saw Ben was still in my bed, but I still decided to deal with him later. I was in a foul mood. The door pounding wouldn't stop, so I ran downstairs and quickly answered the door, yelling, "What?" because of how bad I felt. I quickly shut up to see it was Jay standing there with the same smile he had when I first met him. Chapter 3, the title is, What Have You Gotten Into? "What do you want?" I said, trying to keep myself from crying. He said nothing, just looking at me with that smirk on his face. You don't know how bad I would have loved to smack that disgusting smile off his ugly little face. But for some reason, I was able to control my emotions. Look, if you're not going to say anything, then just leave. I don't want you hanging around me anymore. And in other words, since you can't get it through your thick skull, we are done. I yelled, trying to slam the door, but he stopped it with his foot. It was as if he didn't even feel it at all. It must have hurt because of how hard I slammed it. Now, he pushed me down and he was on top of me. I couldn't believe it. This could not have been Jay. Jay would have never done this no matter how mad or jealous he was. And the look in his eyes, it was not like him. Get off me now, I yelled. His hands were now wrapped around my neck tighter, tightening their grip each second. Everything started to go blurry, and as I gasped for breath, suddenly, I felt relief. Everything started, no more pressure on my body or my neck. I sat up, breathing heavily, to see Ben standing up with a black figure right in front of him that I couldn't make out who it was. Jay was laying on the floor beside me, and I just blacked out. I woke up again next to Ben, but this time I shook him awake. What's going on? He said, rubbing the sleep out of his eyes with his tired voice. Or more like, what's going on? He said, rubbing the sleep out of his eyes with his tired voice. He removed the blanket off himself and stretched. I looked down, wide-eyed. I looked away. He was naked in my bed. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but that's not the point. Ben, please put some clothes on or something. I was blushing. He quickly covered himself with his blanket again. Who was that person? You know, the one when Jay was here. Wait, Jay, where is he? What happened to him? I had so many questions that I couldn't ask all at once. Slow down, Lolly. Jay is all right. And that man, you don't need to worry about him. He's not important. He patted my head as if I was a clueless child. Tell me, please, Ben? I looked at him in the eye. He frowned a little and gave me a sad look. If I told you, you wouldn't be safe anymore, and I don't want that. I blushed.